My name is Bella Bewer, and I am a member of the Buildings, Landscapes, Cultures Field School at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. When you think of a corner in the urban environment, an image of mischief and crime may come to mind. For example, the early 2000s TV show The Corner talks about life on the corner in the urban environment.
I'm Charles S. Dutton. Last summer, I came back here to Baltimore, Maryland, to film a story about life on the corner. I grew up and hung out on a corner just like this one, not too far from here. A corner like thousands of others across the country. It's the place to go if you want to be seen, and to a lot of folks, it's the information center of the neighborhood.
One Sherman Park homeowner, Jackie Smith, has experienced something similar living on the corner.
I see all kinds of stuff on this corner. People act like the corner house is vacant or something because you hear them talking, you see stuff, men picking up women, doing stuff in crazy car, people doing stuff in the car that's crazy. You be like, okay, really? Okay. Y'all think don't nobody see y'all. There's no windows in this house, but it's kind of depressing.
However, when we came across the corner of North Sherman Boulevard and East Hadley Street in Sherman Park, we discovered that these neighbors have had a very different experience.
It's the first thing you see. And I've heard for so many years, when people come around the corner and say, hey, you guys got that corner. You're holding it together. You're taking care of that corner. And it's like that came out of the blue years and years ago. Oh, yeah. People are always wondering what's going on these corners.
So what causes corner houses to be so influential? They are more visible than houses in the middle, since they have two exposed sides, and are also the natural entry point to the neighborhood because most Milwaukee bus stops are positioned on the corner. This forces people to physically enter the space via the bus stop. Corners are also a point of pause, a place where you have to stop and look both ways to continue, which makes them more recognizable. A study done at Northumbria University in Newcastle, England, used photos of urban corners to elicit thoughts about wayfinding. Based on people's responses, they found that intersections are also natural identification points for the urban grid and landmarks for navigation. These spatial characteristics give corners, and corner houses more specifically, the opportunity to have a strong influence on the neighborhood. In our studies of Sherman Park, Milwaukee, we came across one vibrant corner where 4 dedicated homeowners are taking control of their block.
Yvette Washington. I'm married to Rodney B. Washington, and we've lived in this home 21 years as of July 31st. If you look around, look at these corners, you see that there's a lot of pride in these corners. Now, they were the initial corner. We bought in 1997, and so we're number 2. Then Charles, and then Mabel.
Listening to what the neighbors have to say, these homes are truly anchors for the block.
My name is Mabel Lamb. I am a native of Milwaukee. Yeah, I think the corner houses are like the anchor houses for the block.
Really, this means that they have the power to influence homes adjacent to them, causing a domino effect of care and neighborliness. This is what the neighbors have to say about their corner houses having an influence on the neighborhood.
Well, my name is Charles Dupree Hawkins. So I bought this house in 2015, October 2015. I cut down the bushes in the front of the house, and then I planted the plants. So the neighbor next door, the Dawsons, she came out and said, "What are you doing? Are you tearing up your yard?" I say, "No, I'm going to plant." "Well, why you have it so big?" I say, "I'm going to plant me some corn and some mustard greens and some collards here because it wasn't her business. You know, so I planted the flowers and stuff like that, and then before you know it, she planted the flowers over there on her property. She was out there sweeping her patio, and she was enjoying her patio. She started doing stuff in her backyard, you know, digging up weeds and planting flowers.
We socialize, we share plants.
So yeah, I have good neighbors who, and I go over there and I get hostas from her, and I go over to Bama and I get some other stuff from her, you know, to put in the yard.
There are a few details about living on the corner that I wasn't aware of before talking to the neighbors, things that you wouldn't realize without living there.
My name is Charles Grice. Born here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, March 5th, 1952.
I'm Bama Brown Grice. I have lived in Milwaukee all my life.
But it just seemed like to me, for security purposes, it's, you know, you don't have anywhere to hide if you want to do something, some devilment, you know.
We get good sunlight, so our grass and stuff get green. And then when it snows, it melts fast.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
we're on the good side of it. I would rather be on the corner than in the middle. Because we ain't got neighbors but on one side.
The good thing is being on the corner.
Be on the right corner. We on the right corner.
Yeah, we don't have this bus stop here, so we don't have a lot of lingerers.
But also the benefit of being on the corner, you can see everything down the block.
However, there are also some issues that arise from living in a corner house.
That bus stop is a pet peeve. We don't need a bus stop on every corner. We don't. Because people, one, even if they're not catching the bus, they hang out there and they're loud and they're obnoxious. They run up and down my grass. They sit on my stairs. They leave trash. That bus stop.
The downfall, the worst part about it, is there's a lot of snow to shovel and grass to cut.
Sometimes when you're on a corner, when people are driving through, they throw trash out, so you end up having to clean that.
Corner houses do require more labor and also have a greater potential for tension due to their spatial positioning, since they are literally at a crossroads. However, with these drawbacks come greater power to change the world around them. A series of essays compiled by the American Assembly of Columbia University evaluates the notion of neighborhood edges. The edition proposes that investment should happen at the edges or middle areas in order to make large-scale changes. The same goes for the corner, which is a type of edge or juncture. From what I heard about the influence of the corners, I think investing in them could make a substantial difference in the neighborhood.
I love this house, and I say this, if I was not on the corner, I probably would move. If I did not have a corner lot, I probably would. I couldn't be surrounded on both sides.
Corners are the anchors. We are in it to win it. We'll hold these corners down. If the corners fall apart, we think the rest of the neighborhood will.